Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to Show Me the Truth. Now, you know what happened today, don't you? June 24th, 2022, the Supreme Court of the United States overturns Roe v. Wade. Absolutely. It's cause for rejoicing for the saints of the living God. But I want you to know something. This was way more than a court case decided. Okay? This was way more than a decision. This thing is spiritual, folks. You see, abortion was not about, can I just take you somewhere? Follow me, okay? Abortion, having it legalized in all the states federally, was not about women's health. You know that, right? Listen to what Paul the Apostle said. He said, the battle that we face, who we fight, it's not flesh and blood. Uh-uh. There were sinister forces behind that ruling back in 1973. hmm There were sinister forces that was trying to take away the rights of people, trying to insert a sinister agenda, inject a wicked agenda into the United States of America. That's what it was about. Removing the sovereignty of the United States of America. Because if we became a nation and were known as a nation that had in our Constitution, yep, we can kill babies. Guess what? Guess what that does to God? What about the covenant that God has with America? What does that do to the government and the covenant? Hmm? How many of you know that God can never bless sin? It wasn't about women's health. It was much, much, much deeper than that. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and get into what exactly was overturned. I know there are situations in which, hey, what would you do if you went through this? Sister, brother, I gotta say it again. It's more than the situations that you're going through. There is a sinister force that wants to drag people down in their minds, that wants to drag nations down to hell. That's what was behind the passing of the abortion laws, not women's health. I got to have you think about that and just absolutely pray on that, saints. Okay? That's what it was about. So let me go ahead and we will share with you what the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade was all about. Okay? This is going to remove the federal protections for abortion. All right. Now, it all started. See, this is how the enemy overplays his hand all the time. I remember Reverend Lewis Holt. He said that statement, and boy, it stuck with me. He said, brother, the devil overplays his hand all the time. So they actually challenged the Women's Health Organization there in Mississippi, actually challenged the state of Mississippi's Gestational Age Act, banning abortions on babies who are beyond 15 weeks in the womb. Do you know what they challenged? They said, listen, you're, this is a precedent establishing a constitutional right to abortion, they said. Well, guess what? No, it wasn't. Oops, they're bad. You see what the enemy wanted to do by saying that this is a precedent establishing a constitutional right to abortion? The enemy wanted to take it to the Supreme Court and establish it as a constitutional right and have the judges say, yeah, yeah, it is a constitutional right, but it's not. Do you see how the Constitution is still powerful? Do you see it does matter? Righteous judges do matter, folks. And so the judges said, no, 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 no. The Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. Roe and Casey are overruled, and the authority to regulate abortion is returned to the people and their elected representatives. But can I share with you something? Roe v. Wade was never, ever supposed to be decided by the Supreme Court. Ever. They don't make laws, but because of what was going on in the United States, there were things that were out of whack. Corruption was filling the government, and of course, like all tyrannies, they started to overreach. And so, thank God, the federal overreach is shortening, and the federal government will be decreased by 80%. That's my belief, folks. I pray that, but it's the overreach. And so now, federally speaking, the arm has been shortened. That's part of what overturning Roe v. Wade is all about. And everybody should be happy about that fact. We do not want the federal, okay, overreach into our lives and into our states and saying, hey, you can't go to church anymore and different things like that, folks. We don't want that federal overreach. Everybody should be rejoicing on that. Okay, so all it did was it didn't outlaw abortion. Okay, it actually returned it back to the people and their elected representatives. And so, what does that mean? That means you and I, as saints, must take over in these states. Absolutely. And we actually have a class coming out that will show you how to take over a nation, how to take over the world as the saint of the Most High God that you are. And so, of course, pro-life groups have endured increasing persecution, but you probably never heard that. And of course, like I said, we still got a long way to go and grow. So what you need to do is you need to keep praying for a reformation of the church that will inevitably take down all satanically injected laws in this current, I said current, corrupt system. Saints, it will not always be like this. Okay, Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Guess what they're going to overturn next? Can I say it? Shall I say it? Okay, Lord, maybe I won't. I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it right now. But there is another dark law that is going to be overturned, and I can't wait. Church, let's go ahead and reform the church, and so that we can go ahead and live in a better world. God bless you. God loves you. God smiles when He sees you.